Happy Friday, everybody. Man, the weekend is almost here. Just a few more hours, and thank God work week is done. Uh, got some things to go over that happened this last week in college basketball. Got a good weekend coming up. A lot of good games going to be on tomorrow. Two tonight we'll mention to get us started for this weekend. Got some news to go over. Let's go ahead and get to it. Hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. Hey, it's Friday afternoon. Watch or listen to this at work, because who the hell wants to work on Friday afternoon anyway, right? Let alone the rest of the week. Anyway, all right, so let's get to it. McNeese State having a great basketball season. They've only lost 3 games, I think it is. Hey, they love what Coach Will Wade is doing. They give him a 5-year extension, so congratulations to him. Bill Belichick, the great Patriots coach. His son Steve is now the new defensive coordinator for the University of Washington. See how that's going to work out up there. The CFP Management Committee agreed upon an undisclosed amount of money for incoming ACC member SMU that will go to the conference. It is a lot less money, though, than what's distributed to the other P5 schools. No mention of the numbers or anything, but SMU getting a little bit less than everybody else. Maybe that'll improve over a few years. I mean, isn't it like that? A new member comes in, they don't get that much at first. They kind of like prove themselves or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Hey, Baylor AD Mack Rhodes fined $25,000 for the Big 12 for ripping officials last week. My book, that's money well spent, because we have seen, us sports fans across the nation, I don't care what sport it is, officiating has gotten horrible. I mean, it really, really has. So he got fined $25,000. As a reward, the CFP committee has added him as a new member of the committee for the next 3 years. So I guess they are proud of him for ripping the officials, huh? Probably not, but probably just coincidence. But yeah, $25,000 fine, and he is on the CFP committee for the next 3 years. Kind of in a related note, U of H basketball coach Kelvin Sampson, he got ejected from a game a few days back. When they asked him in the press conference something about why he got ejected or something about the game, he said, "I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to spend $25,000. So evidently he was going to rip the Big 12 officials too. But he didn't. He didn't want to spend $25,000. So, hey, Nick Saban, he can't sit at home. He's going to be an analyst on College Game Day. I wish he would I used to love College Game Day, but now it's just got too many cooks in the kitchen, and it's really kind of gone downhill since Chris Fowler left. I mean, Reese Davis is good. Dez is good. Kirk is good. Corso, he's still good. You can tell he's aging. But I don't know, man. It kind of just went downhill. And the whole Katy Perry fiasco several years back just kind of turned me off of that. Kind of wish Saban would go to SEC Nation. That's a heck of a lot better show. Even though all they talk about is SEC teams, still a lot more entertaining than Game Day, in my opinion. All right, so Greg Sankey, speaking of the SEC, says the SEC Big Ten Committee is just here to advise the NCAA, not cut them out. The NCAA don't like hearing that. They're going to give us advice on what to do. Well, somebody needs to, because you've been sucking lately the last several years. So somebody needs to come in there and do something. Jeez. Man, Southern Miss head basketball coach Jay Ladner, he's in the hospital. He had a heart-related emergency a couple days ago. But he's doing okay. Prayers to you, Coach. Hope you hurry up and get well. Get back to your team. That is it for the news. Let's go back. Go back to Sunday. Quick review of big games, upsets, things like that. Not the whole schedule, because I mean, there's teams that are out of it. They're not going to make it. They're probably won't even make it past the first round in their conference tournament. So we kind of just put them to the side. Sorry if y'all went to those schools, but anyway. Sunday, 15-7 SMU beat 14-8 UAB, 72-69. 3 SMU starters had 14 points each in that one. 12-10 Villanova beat 14-8 Providence by 18 points. Villanova, 21 points off of turnovers. Providence only shot 29% from the field. This game I watched, really good game. Number 2 Purdue beat number 6 Wisconsin 75-69. Purdue's Jones 20 points, 6 rebounds. Smith 19 points, 6 rebounds. Zach Edey 18 points, 13 rebounds. Purdue shot 47% from the field. Wisconsin's Wall 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Starr had 14 points. Badgers shot 42% from the field. Both teams only shot 3 3-pointers each, though. I mean, they shot more than that, but that's all they made was 3 each. Purdue, they out-rebounded Wisconsin 42-29. Wisconsin did have more points in the paint than Purdue. Great start to finish. Second half, the Badgers, they would get really close to Purdue, but Purdue would hit a big shot, just kind of kick them back into place. But they almost did it. They almost got there, and that was a really good competitive game. I really enjoyed watching that one. 15-8, Purdue-Fort Wayne beat 17-7 Youngstown State, 82-78. Purdue-Fort Wayne's Jackson, 23 points. Number 14, Illinois beat 16-7 Nebraska, 87-84 in overtime. Illinois' Hawkins, 20 points. Domask had 19. Number 11, Arizona beat Stanford 82-71. Stanford led by 11 at halftime. Gave that up in the second half. And they also hit 14 three-pointers in the game. Still lost. Crazy. Monday, 15-8, Kansas State beat their rival Kansas 75-70. Do they call that the Battle of Sunflower State in basketball too? I don't know. Kansas State's Perry, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He had 4 three-pointers. Carter, 19 points, 11 rebounds. K-State shot 41% from the field. Kansas's Dickinson, 21 points, 12 rebounds. Harris Jr. and McCullough Jr., 15 points each. Jayhawks only shot 41% from the field. Kansas State, they made 9 three-pointers, 18 free throws, 43 rebounds, only had 14 fouls in that game. Kansas hit 3 three-pointers, 11 free throws, only had 33 rebounds, 19 fouls in the game, but they did have more points in the paint. Still didn't help them any. 18-5, Virginia beat 15-8 Miami, 60-38. Miami, 29% shooting from the field, 10% three-point shooting, 53% from the free throw line. Not a good night for Miami. 8-15, Morgan State beat 13-9 North Carolina Central, 79-72 in overtime. Morgan State's Thomas, he had 23 points in that game. 7 of them came in the overtime period. 6-14, Maryland Eastern Shore beat 15-9 Norfolk State by 9 points. We just mentioned Magnesis coach got an extension. Monday they beat Texas A&M Commerce 77-51. McNeese 20-3 now. 15-8 Eastern Washington beat 14-9 Portland State 90-77. Coward for Eastern Washington, 26 points, 11 rebounds. Nice game for him. On Tuesday, number 1 UConn beat 15-8 Butler, 71-62. That's UConn's 11th straight win. Number 3 North Carolina, man, looking good. Lost to 15-7 Clemson, 80-76. This game, Clemson was way better shooting from the field and three-point land than North Carolina was. Number 5 Houston beat OK State, 79-63. Like we said, head coach Kelvin Sampson ejected, mad at the Big 12 officials. Said he wasn't going to say anything because he didn't want to get fined $25,000 like Baylor's AD did. Speaking of Baylor, they beat number 23 Texas Tech 79-73. Both teams shot 49% from the field. Texas Tech was better at three-point shooting in that one. Number 14 Iowa State beat 15-8 Texas 70-65. Turnovers looked like it was the difference in that game. Iowa State scored 18 points off of turnovers. Iowa State, they're a team that's looking really good lately. Number 15 South Carolina beat 18-5 Ole Miss by 3. All the numbers in between South Carolina and Ole Miss, shooting and fouls and rebounds, all pretty much even in that game. Just South Carolina had a little bit of advantage in a few of those categories. Number 17, Kentucky beat Vanderbilt 109-77. Kentucky, 6 players, double-digit points in that game. Number 18, Dayton beat 15-8 St. Joseph 94-79. St. Joseph actually led by 9 in that one, or led by 4, at halftime in that one. 17-6, Oklahoma beat number 21 BYU 82-66. Game was tied at 34 at halftime. OU scored 12 points off of turnovers, and they had less fouls than BYU. 18-5, Nevada beat number 22 Utah State 77-63. Nevada's Davidson, career high 25 points. Number 24, San Diego State beat Air Force 77-64. San Diego State, 11 3-pointers in that game. Nevada and San Diego State. Keep that in the back of your mind for a minute. Number 25, New Mexico beat Wyoming 91-73. 12-10, Rutgers beat 13-10, Maryland by 3. Florida State beat Boston College by 1. Both of them are 13-9. 14-9, Indiana beat 13-10, Ohio State by 3. 11-12, Rhode Island beat 14-8, George Washington 88-65. 13-10, Ohio beat 12-11, Ball State 84-79 in overtime. 18-5, Akron beat 13-10, Central Michigan 68-47. 13-11, Little Rock beat 14-10, UT Martin by 20. 18-5, Colorado State beat 16-7, Boise 75-62. 16-5, South Florida beat 14-8, Charlotte 72-69. And 15-7, Minnesota beat 14-9, Michigan State by 3. Moving on to Wednesday, number 6, Tennessee beat LSU by 20 points. Net for Tennessee, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 55% from the field. Tennessee made 11 3-pointers. LSU, 16 turnovers in that game. Tennessee scored 25 points off those turnovers. Not good. Number 9, Duke beat Notre Dame, 71-53. 8-15, Michigan. Wow, 8-15, Michigan beat number 11, Wisconsin, 72-68. Not a good week for Wisconsin. Had that barn burner there against Purdue a few days back. Man. Hey, Michigan, congratulations. You didn't collapse in the second half at all in that game. But Michigan has lost 10 out of the last 11. Number 12, Auburn beat number 16, Alabama, 99-81. Auburn's Williams, 26.6 rebounds. Broome, 24.7 rebounds. Auburn, 42% from the field, 26% from three-point land, 80% from the free throw line. Alabama Sears, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Nelson, 16.6 rebounds. Alabama, 37% from the field, 35% from three-point land, 80% from the free throw line. Auburn, more rebounds, assists, steals, blocks than Alabama. 22 points off of 15 Alabama turnovers. 40 points in the paint. There are 61 total fouls in this game between both those teams. Crazy. 15-8, Providence beat number 19 Creighton. Beat Creighton 91-87 in overtime. Oduro for Providence, 32 points. Nice game for him. 16-9, UNC Asheville beat 20-5 High Point, 86-81. UNC Asheville, all 5 starters scored double-digit points. 15-8, Pitt beat 15-8 NC State by 3. Indiana State, man, they're on a roll. They are 21-3. Beat Valparaiso by 40 points. Indiana State shot 61% from the field. 8-15, SC Upstate beat 14-11 Longwood by 5. Davidson beat Duquesne 72-59. Both are 13-9. 16-7, Loyola Chicago beat 15-8 George Mason 72-59. St. Bonaventure beat UMass by 6 points. Both are 14-8. 5-19, Loyola Maryland beat 13-11 American by 1. Eastern Tennessee State beat Wofford by 7. 11-13, Mercer beat 12-12 Furman 78-69. 15-10, Cleveland State beat 15-9 Purdue-Fort Wayne by 3. Purdue-Fort Wayne actually led by 7 at halftime. Western Kentucky beat La Tech 81-76. Both are 16-7. 13-9, North Texas beat 12-10 Tulsa 68-55. 15-9, Evansville beat 17-7 Bradley by 3 points. 10-13, Georgia State beat 15-9 Louisiana Raging Cajuns 78-69. 10-14, Texas State beat 19-5 Appalachian State 63-56. Good win for the Bobcats. 16-7, Northwestern beat 16-8 Nebraska 80-68. Not a good week for Nebraska either. Bowie from Northwestern, 22 points in that one. And finishing off with last night, 3 overtimes it took number 8 Arizona to beat 15-8 Utah, 105-99. Another overtime game, 15-8 UAB beat number 20 Florida Atlantic, 76-73. 14-9 Central Connecticut beat Sacred Heart, 77-70. Central Connecticut's Jordan Jones, 33 points. Nice game for him. 21-3 Samford beat 17-7 UC Greensboro, 78-69. UNC Greensboro led by 7 at halftime. 6-15 NJIT beat 18-6 Vermont by 2. Detroit Mercy, I'm mentioning them because they are now, after the loss last night, 0-25. Man, I feel bad for those guys. Come on, guys, you got to get at least one win just to break this losing streak. 12-13 Austin Peay beat 13-11 Kennesaw State, 85-69. 14-11 Little Rock beat 15-9 Western Illinois by 3. That is it. Couple games. I said a couple games that to get us into this weekend look like pretty decent games. We mentioned a couple teams earlier. First one, number 18 Dayton versus 15-8 VCU, 6 p.m. ESPN2. But this next one here is very interesting. Number 24 San Diego State goes to 18-5 Nevada. That is 7 p.m. CBS Sports. Looks like a couple good games, at least one good game to get us kicked off into the weekend for basketball. That is it. Keep busy, man. Weekend's only just a few hours away. Starting this week. Starting Sunday, actually. We'll review a few things that have happened. But it's mostly going to be going into preview now. We're getting into the last few weeks of college basketball before the conference tournaments and then the big tournament starts. So we're going to start previewing some of these bigger games. A lot of these teams, they need to win and keep winning to stay and hunt. They're right there on the bubble, border, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to change in the previewing what's coming up. We'll review some things, big upsets, games I watched. We'll review those, but we're not going to review everything. Just more of a preview from now going until March Madness. Anyway, like I said, stay busy. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. We will see you back Sunday.